1873, Point Douglas became a neighborhood after the incorporation of the city of Winnipeg. The Canadian Pacific Railway selected Point Douglas as the location where the railway would cross the river in 1881, a move that brought industry to the neighborhood, and by 1914, the area became a working-class neighborhood with a mix of immigrants from a variety of nationalities, predominantly Eastern European. Over the next century, many of the residents' children left the neighborhood to find work or go to school. With the older population dying or moving away, landlords scooped up the properties and rented to low-income individuals, many of whom could not find work due to race or lack of education. The area saw a significant increase in crime and gang activity. In 2007, things began to change.
Mikhail Jean, the Governor General of Canada, came to a visit at Graffiti Art, and they invited the grade 5-6 class from Norquay School to come. And the kids wrote a letter to Mikhail Jean telling them how horrible it was to live in North Point Douglas, how dangerous it was, how it wasn't safe enough to walk to the Boys and Girls Club. They had their bicycles stolen. Kids got bear sprayed for their running shoes. And Mikhail Jean looked at this letter and she said, oh, yeah, and she kicked the media out of the room and sat with those kids for a couple of hours.
Burroughs created the Power Line, an anonymous tip line people can call or email that links citizens with the police who can then take action. Over 30 crack houses were shut down in the first 2 years.
I'm the voice of the Power Line. The community is the power of the Power Line. In 2006, 2007, North Point Douglas was one of the highest crime areas in Winnipeg. You couldn't walk down a street like Austin or Lawrence Street without drug deals going on right in front of you.
Around this time, because of the low cost of homes and the fact that Point Douglas is filled with turn-of-the-century character homes, lower-income people with a dream of owning their own homes started buying in the area. These factors have led to an influx of artists moving into the neighborhood, some of whom are using their art to have a positive impact on the community.
The artists who are coming in, and some of them have been here longer than I have, much longer, some of them, are a really important part of that. For me, it's connecting with some of those folks and seeing, for some people, the art that they create is a fish pond in the front of their house. For somebody else, it's building a house that is bright red and really rejuvenates the whole street.
Artist Leah Decter, a resident of the area, conceived the idea of building a community oven and mosaic as a way of bringing the community together through sharing company and food.
It was going to end up being a kind of cinder block construction. We really felt that it needed to have some kind of visual presence, rather than looking like a gray bunker.
So we just kind of sat out there by the river and just shooting ideas based on like what the community wanted to see. And so we decided to come up with the image of the park itself. We actually put the oven in the picture itself and just like what the space we'd like to see people use the space for. So we had families there just chilling and hanging out. We had lots of pictures of different food in there because those are the things that we'd like to eat or we'd like to see more. We also had the playground in there because right near Norquay Community Center is a playground and all the kids like to play there, so we just like to get them involved too, or just let them know hey, we're thinking about you and the things you do here.
They always express that they surprised themselves in what they could accomplish. And I always have full confidence in what they can do.
Young kids come in every single day being like, yo, can I come and help out and be a part of this? And so it was just nice seeing that there was lots of people that were interested in what we were doing, let alone wanting to be a part of what we were doing, which made me feel like I was a part of their lives and a part of their community since I'm not from North Point Douglas area, I'm from the West End.
So what goes on at the Community Oven is we do a variety of different community events. The most regular one so far has been a monthly pizza night during the summer months, where we basically get the ingredients for 250 individually sized pizzas and serve them to community members as they come up.
Last year I had gone to check on the oven and had noticed one piece of graffiti, so I had gone back the next week with my cleaning supplies to clean it off and whatnot. But somebody had got there before me and had already cleaned it off. That was a really nice example of how the community was watching out for the oven.
Barber House, a historical landmark and the oldest standing house in Winnipeg, hosts a monthly show that features local artists from all mediums.
My involvement in hosting house concerts, whether it's here at Barber House or whether it's through the North End Artists Collective, which I helped to establish a whole number of years ago, has been the most fulfilling aspect of my personal and political life. Music has a way to actually heal people going through difficult times. We see it here in the North End with people struggling with broken lives, finding hope from those who can express that sense of angst as well as hope through music and art.
Gord Lettingham, a third-generation resident of Point Douglas, opens his home to the public, hosting house concerts in all genres of music under the name the River City Social Club.
The River City Social Club, it's a small house concert venue. It provides a space for young and up-and-coming musicians, touring artists to give them a place to play and make a few bucks, have a bite to eat, spend a night.
River City Social Club, Syndicate Street, Point Douglas, Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada.
We've had people come here who it's their first time going to a house concert, and they were just dumbfounded. Like, you have people that are out on the road, they're coming to play a show in your house? Yeah, come on out, check it out. It'll be a blast. There's people that have left here just with their jaws on the floor, just they couldn't believe what they've just experienced.
The drastic drop in crime, clean streets, parks where kids feel safe to play. These are all the results of citizens' caring dedication to the community where they live.
We would get 25, 35, 45 phone calls in a weekend for fights, for bad stuff happening. Now we don't get any. We might get one.
You know, a lot of people are getting past this, their mentality of it's a crime-ridden area. You know, it's not. It's beautiful here. I wish people would quit thinking that. It's a nice little quiet community.
I actually now have a studio space in the North Point Douglas area, 2 houses down the street from the oven mosaic, so I get to see it every single day, and I finally get to be a part of the community.
It's not all crime and grim things. It's also beauty. It's also people in the community working together, all with one small community oven.
Point Douglas is a shining example of what can happen when people channel their personal pride in who they are and what they do into taking charge of their community, rebuilding Point Douglas into a neighborhood that they're proud of.